Okay, good evening. Welcome to the Town of Dayton's Board of Selectmen's regular meeting. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026 at 5:15 PM. This meeting is in person and via Zoom at Old Town Hall, 1111 Somerset Ave, Dayton, Mass. Can we please have a call to, oh, no, I'm sorry. This meeting is being recorded. The listing of matters are those reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Now, all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Can we please have a call to order?
Mark Pacheco, present.
And Peter Karen present, and Nicole Bello is absent this evening. We need to go into executive session, so if we can please have a roll call for that.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session under MGL 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or conduct negotiations with non-union personnel, non-union contract negotiations under MGL 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares, clerical union impact bargaining. And under Massachusetts General Law 30A, Section 21A7, to comply with or act under the authority of any general or special law or federal grant and aid requirements, approve of the BOS executive session meeting minutes of November 19th, 25, December 17, 25, and January 14, 26.
Okay, I'll step down as chair and second that motion. All those in favor?
Mark Pacheco, aye.
Peter Karen, aye. Oh, not too bad.
No.
Guys. We do it. You want to do the clerical union?
Sure, thank you.
Barbara Catavia appointing to this position. What position is it? It's not even listed here. Is it supposed to be the Chamber of Commerce?
I won't be making a motion.
You're not gonna make it? Okay.
Nope, so you don't have to worry.
But what was it, you know?
Economic, Dayton Economic.
Oh, Development
Development.
Corporation. Hey, Chief.
How are we today?
Hi, good to see you.
Good.
How you doing?
Doing all right. How you guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Just, budgets.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you're well aware.
Oh, yeah.
Voting on, just discussing in the executive.
Yeah.
We proceed.
Yeah, that's it.
The snow keep you busy? At all?
I'm not too bad. It wasn't
No?
too bad. Yeah,
You don't know how to drive in it now? Yeah, all right.
yeah. By this time of year, you would, yeah, it's the first snowfall or the first couple. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
At least know if
You
it's,
get,
They do.
Yeah, they
It's been
do.
a few years.
yeah.
I know we got this cold out and there's still a bit of snow, but at least this time, now when snowstorms happen, it kind of evaporates fairly quickly. But I think we're gonna be looking to March before this is all gone.
I don't know. It's starting the temperature's starting to creep up.
Yeah. Over 40 next week, one day.
Yeah, all week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully it's rain on Monday, not snow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, all right, I'll talk to you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just that it's not. All right. I noticed that this cat is having a hard time catching this time too on your list.
See what happens.
I'll have to check with Nicole for next week. I really like her to be here.
So
And like I said, it doesn't have to be on Wednesday if,
it'd be Monday or Thursday for me too.
right. Oh, yeah, but I mean, I was thinking Nicole, if she can't make any particular night, if it's not an open session, so it's just executive.
I think it should be both.
What's that?
It should be both, executive into open. To
Oh, executive
ratify
into
it.
open, but no agenda.
Right, just to ratify
Yeah.
whatever you did.
All set, guys? Okay, good evening. We are just returning from executive session, and I hate to disappoint anyone, but after we adjourn this meeting, we're going to go back into executive session. So everybody would have to leave. We're not doing autographs after. Anyway, we need to stand for a moment of silence, please. We lost 3 residents this week from the town of Dayton. They are John Burton Hay, Mary Pina, and Jane Moore Thompson. Thank you. Chief, you're up. This is a review, discuss and act appointment of a part-time dispatcher.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Evening.
This is Mr. Duffy. He came to us to apply for a part-time job a couple months back. And I know we've gone down this road before, hiring part-time help. And we just can't seem to retain part-time help because they're getting full-time opportunity to go to other departments. So it's my recommendation tonight that the board consider appointing the following candidate, Mr. Duffy. Mr. Duffy resides here in town at 1667 William Street. The above named applicant must pass and complete. Oh, I'm sorry, Wellington Street. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's my fault. Must pass and maintain all the certifications. Should the applicant not meet the required certifications, he would be withdrawn and another applicant would be named.
Okay.
He would just be filling in like the other part-timers that we've hired, the occasional workforce, if we call it, to keep the overtime costs down.
Yep. How many part-timers do you have now?
We have one.
Just one part-timer? Wow. And how many full-timers?
That's the
Three?
four
Four?
full-time dispatchers.
Okay. Is somebody retiring still?
Paul Reed retired.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
Okay. And Michael, thank you that you want to do this. It's an important job. And I'm glad you stepped up. It means a lot to the town. Thank you again. Any particular reason why you want to do it?
Well, in 1978, I graduated from Farmingdale University of New York
Mhm.
with a criminal justice degree. And I wanted to be one of the team member on the finest force. But it didn't work out at that time because of,
Sure.
and so forth. I
Okay.
went into a culinary field and retired from that. I was at the University of Rhode Island. I was a steward on a research vessel, the Endeavor, for many, many years. And then I retired after COVID. And then living here in Dayton, I'm like, well, gee, I don't know, maybe I should go back and figure out something to do with
All right.
police.
Yeah, nice.
I walked in and I met Teresa and I introduced myself to her and she said, oh, you couldn't come at a better time. We really need some help. So one thing led to another and I'm like really reliving that degree I had in everything.
Right.
So even
Nice.
the communications.
Yeah, it's all right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, if the chief recommends you, then I have no issues at all. Mark, do you have any questions?
What is the goal for part-time dispatchers?
What do you mean?
How many, what's the level of part-time dispatchers you'd like to have? I apologize.
4 would be ideal.
4 would be ideal.
Yeah, so we have a retired person that would like to try to come back. I told him they'd have to go to the retirement board and see if there's, minimal hours they could work, but we'll visit that at another time. But try to just, maintain some part-time help. It's like I said, people want full-time.
Right.
We don't have the vacancies for it right now.
Yep.
We have the four that we have to fill the shifts that they're assigned to. And when they're out for training or taking time off, having a couple part-timers, at hand is nice. But 4 would be, good because there's other obligations in their life they may have to fulfill. But
Okay.
having 2, that would be great,
Okay. Is it the position advertised on the website?
It's still there.
It's still there. Okay, perfect.
It's been there, and the full-time position for police officer is still up there too, just taking applications and,
Okay,
who knows, the future holds.
Yep.
perfect. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, motion on the floor then?
I will make a motion to appoint Michael Duffy as a part-time public safety dispatcher.
I'll sit down as chair in second. All those in favor?
Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you and I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
Just stop. Welcome to the team.
Thanks very
Great.
much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again.
Mr. Perry, you're up. This is a review, discuss and act. This is a revisit to the swap shed, right?
Good evening. Here this evening to hopefully have the first reading of the issues, documentation regarding the swap shed. Last time we met, I consider a very productive meeting. There were a number of inputs made, a number of changes required, a number of changes suggested. And as a committee, we met and incorporated all those into this document we'll hear this evening. Before I get started on that, there were several issues that came up from Selectman Pacheco, which I'd like to address. We took care of the typing and the format regarding the time, AM, PM, et cetera.
Yep.
And in the reading, you had some concerns about who has custody, et cetera. That's embedded in here. And if there are more issues with that, we can address it then and there. Regarding the fire chief's input, we have an email from Chief McGee. The fire department has no concerns about the building. We don't require permits for sheds.
Perfect.
Building commissioner stepped in. We have an email that says building department will require a permit from this office. The permit fee will probably be waived by the town administrator.
Perfect.
Will also require necessary information as to location on the property, setbacks, et cetera, which would be required, okay? And we'll formalize that either just before or just after the building is put in place, okay? And then there was an issue regarding ADA. We have a email from Mr. Gale. Said the shed will have to have clear, flat surface, roll-up wheelchair access with the correct width. In addition, direct access to the shed would require door handles and lever format in the correct height. There is more I'd like to discuss. And again, that becomes a function of, vertical height, positioning, et cetera. And of course, we have requirements. But I can't tell you specifically it's going to look exactly like this.
Right.
Okay, so does that, cover those issues that you were concerned about?
Yes, I'm happy that you've reached out to all those folks. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Before I start reading document, is there any other issues?
Not that I have.
I'm happy with the policy, so I'll vote to support it once you're done with your first reading. However, whether it's a shed versus a container, I thought, well, we have to do 3 readings on this for the next 3 meetings. While we work on this, if it's amenable to the board, it'd be nice to get a couple options instead of just a container. Like if we could have some options for sheds.
Mr. Ferry can probably
Okay.
address that, if you don't mind.
Yes, it sounds like it's just the entertainment you're talking about for discussion. You want it in this meeting here also? Or
No, just-
committee level?
It would be great if it went back to the committee, but personally, I'd like to see 3 options on, 3 different options for sheds
Well,
instead of a container.
In terms of this, I think the basic intent here is to have some sort of a space,
Right.
okay, to do it. Now, nothing is fixed at this point. So would it be acceptable to leave it as is, understanding that there will be some sort of a space required that could take the form of a container, it could take the form of a structure, it could take the form of a portable building.
Yes.
That's a little bit down the road. Our
Yes.
objective here is to get the documentation, the procedures, the pros and cons in place
Mhm.
before we reach that point. Is
Exactly.
that okay?
That is
Still
definitely
to be
okay.
determined.
Okay, I'll start reading. Proposed swap shed mission statement. The mission of the Dayton Swap Shed is to provide a facility for residents to drop off clean, serviceable items they no longer need and/or pick up items they find useful, and to reduce the weight of material going into the waste stream, thus reducing disposal costs to the town. Swap shed rules. Dayton transfer station employees and volunteers reserve the right to reject any items for any reason. Patrons must respect the personnel on duty and abide by their decisions. Access to the swap shed is a privilege and not a right. Actions such as arguing over an item, obscene language or gestures, physical confrontations, damaging or destroying an item in the shed, damaging/defacing the shed will result in removal of the individual or individuals from the swap area. The transfer station attendant or volunteers have the right to restrict access to the shed to any individual they feel may be interfering with the operation of the shed, swap shed. Items must be complete, unbroken, and in good working condition and clean. We asked the question, would you bring them into your house or your home? Swap shed will be open on April 1st through December 31st. Hours of operation are Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Items are as is. Take at your own risk. Patrons are limited to 3 items per visit and 1 visit per day. This is to prevent patrons from collecting items for a yard sale. Attendant reserves the right to impose a time limit to prevent overcrowding. Some items may not be acceptable due to limited space in the shed. Stickers are required if A, any use of the transfer station for disposal of any materials on the current transfer station rates, and that is as we do now. Use of the swap shed and any use of the transfer station for disposal of any materials on the current transfer station listings. Stickers are not required if residents will use the swap shed only. All acceptable materials / items brought to the swap shed are considered to be under the control of the town of Dayton. Liability. The town of Dayton accepts no responsibility for items left or taken from the shed. Other options for donations to townspeople include Facebook Buy Nothing site, Savers, St. Vincent de Paul, and by the way, that's just an abbreviated. Items not acceptable. Recalled items are not acceptable. Items requiring electricity, batteries, gasoline, oil, or other petroleum-based products to operate. No furniture larger than 4 feet in any direction. No textiles, clothing, stuffed animals, cloth, pillows, blankets, sheets, or curtains. Any bottled liquids, animal or human shampoos, soaps, cosmetics, or toiletries. No household chemicals, herbicides, or hazardous materials. No food or canned food, and you could contact the Dayton Food Bank. Expired child seats or recalled baby, infant, or child items. Construction or remodeling debris or scraps. This includes sinks, toilets, windows, doors, fixtures, etc. No fireworks or weapons, including knives, swords, or martial arts weapons, etc. Any combustibles, including propane tanks. No items containing liquids such as lava lamps, snow globes, etc. No appliances such as stoves, refrigerators, dishwashers, or air conditioners. And no obscene items or pornography. Acceptable items, toys, games, educational items, puzzles, etc. Bicycles for exercise equipment, sporting goods, for instance, golf clubs, skis, skates, etc. Hobby items, beach equipment, so on. Household items such as kitchenware, canning jars, or baskets. Decorative items such as knickknacks, art, handcrafts, holiday items, etc. Baby items, but no crib, mattress, or car seats would be accepted. I wanted to reemphasize that again. That's why we put it in twice. And tools, garden, yard, outdoor items such as hand tools, supplies, decorative items, grills. Again, no propane tanks. Office furniture and supplies not larger than 4 feet in any direction. And entertainment centers such as videos, DVDs, CDs, or records, and we like to limit it to 5 instead of people coming and dumping a, pickup truck load in there. That, gentlemen, is what was called down from the discussions we had last time, as well as, other items we discussed in the committee. So is that acceptable as a first read?
Is with me. Very good.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we'll be back 2 more times.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll
Thanks.
make a motion to approve the Dayton swap shed policy as presented and move it forward to a second reading.
Okay, step down as chair in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr.
Thank
Perry.
you.
Hi, Tom.
Tom?
Are you ready?
Good evening. As you know, we were working on filling a vacancy in the highway department.
Right.
We need to revisit the job description and the posting. Do I need to read it? Or you have one here?
I have it here. It's also published as part of the agenda on the website.
Yes.
So no, I don't think it's necessary to read it. Mark, did they make all the changes that you wanted to see?
You did. So I want to thank Tom and Karen and Ralph and the union for working together collaboratively as a team. And I will say you guys really set the standard. This is exactly what I was looking for as far as a job description. I think the formatting is great. I'm glad that it follows the policy. And I'm pleased to see the applications that go into the selectman's office. So I hope this is the way we do it moving forward. I thank everyone for working together. That's really what I wanted to see, is just all of our different departments working collaboratively as a team to move these items forward. So, so seeing that and seeing that everyone took, took the
Sure.
message and ran with it, I am in support of this.
Yeah, so am I. Nice job, Tom. Thank you. Have you posted the job now?
No,
Okay,
waiting for permission.
okay. And as far as moving up to the foreman's, is there anybody within it that's going to take that position? Within your
It would be from in the house,
in-house?
within the house, yes. Well, I believe we're going to table that at this time.
Okay,
Just on the foreman, it was on the agenda and now I see it's off, but just to be, I want everyone on the same page. We did discuss a
Right.
couple meetings ago about, we have a debt exclusion vote coming up. So I don't think it's appropriate to have the assistant foreman on an agenda
Right.
until after we know the status of that. But as part of the motion, we also said that we should have a review of the highway department. And I just want to clarify in that this job description is great. So I'd like to see the same thing for any other positions within the highway department. So if you have an assistant foreman and you're working on that, we should also see the foreman and the highway superintendent. You have an office manager or whatever that title is. I think when you review a structure of a town department, we need all those job descriptions. And make sure everyone's on the same page.
Sure.
Make sure all of the different stakeholders are on the same page on what those job descriptions should be before you bring it back to us so we can comment. So while we wait for the status of the debt exclusion and find out what direction we're going to go, I hope that everyone works together on that. So we're prepared and ready for that discussion when it does come back. But I hope not to see it on an agenda personally until after April.
okay. This is a review, discuss, and act to vote on the job description itself.
I'll make a motion to approve the operator class 1 job description as written and to authorize the posting for one position.
I'll step down as chair in second. So motion has been made and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. You want to read the announcements, Mark, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll read it. The Highway Department public notice. There's a townwide parking ban in effect from November 1st, 2025 to April 1st, 2026. No person shall allow any vehicle to remain in the street so as to obstruct snow removal. The Dayton Lions Club Food Bank will be held on Saturday, February 21st, 2026, located at the Town Hall, 979 Somerset Ave, lower level. The Dayton 250th Anniversary Committee for America presents Rendezvous with Rachel Revere as Dayton celebrates America's 250th on March 1st, 2:00 p.m. at Old Town Hall, 1111 Somerset Ave. A message from the town clerk's office. The annual town election will be held on April 11th, 2026 at the Dayton Elementary School from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nomination papers are available at the town clerk's office for the following offices: Board of Selectmen, 3 years. Board of Assessors, 3 years. DR Regional School Committee, 2 positions for 3 years. Parks and Recreation, 3 years. Public Library Trustee, 3 years. Sewer Commissioner, 3 years. Planning Board, 5 years. Planning Board, 2 years. Housing Authority, 5 years.
Great, thank you. I just want to make a mention that the planning board for 2 years is to fill a term that somebody is leaving. So they'd have to run again in 2 years if they wanted to stay on the planning board. This is the first of 2 public inputs. Is anybody interested in speaking at this time? Yes, sir.
For the minutes, James Dupont, 118 Elm Street East, Rainham, have prepared statement. I'll leave a copy with the secretary.
Sure.
For your perusal at your convenience, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
This is a prepared statement. It takes a little less than 3 minutes.
Okay.
And I know under new business and things, you can't have any discussion, but I'll thank you for your time.
Sure.
Good evening, members of the board. I come tonight to deliver a message regarding a matter of grave and immediate importance to the town of Dayton, its elected local officials, and its residents. The issue is twofold. First, it concerns the decades-long underfunding by the Massachusetts State Legislature of the various categories of so-called local aid, which, as you both know, is a significant factor in setting the rate of the local property tax, and hence how much the property owners are asked by you to pay. In recently published news article, remarks by Taunton Mayor Shauna O'Connell, herself a former state legislator, expressed her concern for the stagnation of returning state revenue to the cities and towns. Prior to fiscal year 81, the first year in which Proposition 2.5 was in effect, the cities and towns simply put another nickel on the local tax rate to make up any shortfall in local aid and went on with things. I'm also a former selectman in the town of Rainham and 18 years member of the Bridgewater Rainham School Committee. This is something I've dealt with every year since 1973. You put up another nickel on the tax rate and you went on about your business. After Proposition 2.5 took effect, the cities and towns were limited in how much they could raise the prior year's levy. Consequently, many local services were pared back due to the annual recurring shortfalls. The life at the local level went on. This brings me to my second point. Where does so-called state revenue come from? And the answer is it comes from every resident and every business and every city and town, including Dayton. Why isn't that money being returned to the people like you who need it for day-to-day things like police, fire, seniors, veterans, and schools? It's been my experience that our state legislators have not made full funding of local aid a priority. Members of the majority party bemoan how tough things are this year on Beacon Hill, while the minority party elected representatives shrug their shoulders and say there isn't much I can do about it. Last year, my town's annual budget process resulted in a failure to pay the regional school district's annual assessment. 40 people were laid off after Proposition 2.5 override to meet that shortfall failed. A resident I discussed this with said, "Sounds like bad management to me." When I responded that it wasn't bad management, but rather a shortfall caused by our state legislators not fully funding aid to education, the largest category of local aid to any city and town in Massachusetts. His response was, "It sounds like our local government mismanaged their relationships with their state legislators." Mr. Chair, this leads me to the conclusion that the time has come for all local elected officials to demand that their respective state legislators change the way local aid is calculated from the current "here's what's left" to a "here's a fixed percentage of how much your town or your city produced in terms of tax revenue." It seems eminently fair that if your town provides the services that lead a resident or a business to locate in your town, then a fixed portion of the state taxes paid by them should go back to that city or town. As long as our state reps and state senators can get lauded for giving us half a loaf, then the residents and the businesses will be told to make up the difference in you, the two of you, your finance committee and your school committee, not the governor or the legislature, will have to bear the brunt of the public's ire when taxes go up and services go down. We need to change the way local aid is calculated as well as distributed and make it a fixed percentage of the state revenue that came from each city and town. If the state has a shortfall, let them raise taxes. Let them do a massive layoff instead of you to accommodate that shortfall. I'll thank you for your time, Mr. Chairman, and leave a copy of the remarks. I'm not asking for any action by the board, but I just, as a long time, 26 years in public office in Rainham, every year, I sat through the same discussion of how tough it was on Beacon Hill, and they just couldn't do it for us. And we had a Republican member of the legislature in Rainham, of course, when Dayton, we had John Parker for many, many years, and then Mark Pacheco followed him for many years. And they told us how tough it was, or there wasn't anything they could do. And I'm telling the board as elected officials, I think that we all owe it to the people that elected you to do this job. And I know you don't get the thanks for it that you deserve. I'm doing this as an individual person. I'm not running for anything. This is just one of those things that I said, I've got to go out and talk to the people who I've ran a few times, won a few times, lost a few times. And I know what it is to be accused of bad management. You know you don't. Little towns like Rainham and Dayton, you guys work awful hard. And I saw some evidence of it here tonight. And it's just not fair. And so instead of here's what's left, how about how much did you take out of here in the first place? Give it back to us. I'll thank the chair for your time. And I'll leave
Sure.
the secretary.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Nicely done. Still public input. If anybody else wants to participate at this time, there will be another one.
Mr. Chairman, this is Jonathan
Anybody?
Gale.
No? Jonathan Gale,
Yep, I had my hand raised. You probably just didn't see it.
his hand's up.
Yeah, it is. Jonathan, can you speak?
All right, you see can I go?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, he can go. I barely hear him though.
all right, can you hear me?
Let's see if I can get the,
I'm very close to a mic.
Like actual TV on.
okay, we're gonna get your volume up, Jonathan.
Okay, I have three short things just to bring to your attention.
Hold on, please. What I did. Uh-oh.
Hold on, Jonathan. Wait, so am I using the wrong one?
That's the right one. This is what it actually.
I think you just changed the source.
I did, but I don't know. I was pressing.
All right, then go ahead.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me any better now?
No, we're having a hard time here. It's not right.
Can you hear me now?
You're very faint.
What about if you click right here and hit these different bars right here?
This,
Yeah.
do you see which one?
So it's, yeah, maybe try speakers, maybe that will do it.
Give us a test, Jonathan.
Can you hear me now?
That's it, that's our options, because
It could be on his end too.
Yeah. I'm wide open.
we can hear you, it's just very soft.
Is that any better? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I think we can handle it.
All right, do you want me to give it a shot?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so there are three very quick things just to bring to your attention that I just wanted to note. The first was you've already discussed already, which was for the shed. I was reached out first time today, did not know it was even in the planning phase or stage. And I just want to remind the Board of Selectmen and those who are working on it to please keep me in the loop as you're looking for planning and what you're doing with it and the type of shed, because it does have to meet an ADA standard. So, but I appreciate the fact that they did take the time to reach out today. That's just a comment, and thank you. The second thing that I want to note, which is what I brought up briefly 2 weeks ago, which is regarding the town's policies and procedures. And that's most policies and procedures that might govern public access, public input, or employment in the town as it affects people with disability. That all comes under Title I, Title II, and Title V of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And I'm hoping that the town administrator, myself, and the HR director can sit down in the near future, which I've said before, and start to look at the policies and procedures, see what language is currently in there or what language needs to be changed so that it's covered correctly under the Americans with Disabilities Act. That also includes potential new hires who might eventually tell you when they're hired that they have disability, or once a person is hired, if they self-declare at some future point, and what the policies and procedures are for that. So I'm going to keep that on the radar because I haven't heard anything back from anyone yet. Last but not least,
Jonathan, I would encourage you to reach out to the town administrator and set up a meeting.
Notice you have spoken, so we will lower your hand to 8 seconds.
I hear you. Okay. I have a meeting with the town administrator next week anyway, so I'll put it on our agenda.
Hand now lowered.
Last but not least, just to let you aware, I haven't had a conversation with the school department yet, and this is for the school department and for the town to be aware of. Although we are relatively accessible now through our town's website, the school department is extensively not accessible. And that's every aspect of what the school department has to deliver, from the parent portals to access records, access report cards, filling out forms, etc. The Americans with Disabilities Act now, the new regulations are going to require that communities over 50,000, which isn't us, have to be fully compliant in every public sector of accessibility for digital technology by June of this year. But by June of next year, we have to be fully compliant. And that's not just for our website, it's for anyone that uses Facebook pages for public announcements and meetings to the town, but it also extends to the school department. And the school department, my concern is that they're not nearly ready for that, nor do they have the support staff to become compliant. So I will be reaching out to Bill Rooney. That's something that ultimately, just so that you're aware, may have to be factored into the budget for the school department when you're looking at line items, because they're going to have to put something in there for digital accessible support to have everything tested, to have everything redone, and have all of the code renewed. So I just wanted to put that out there so that you're aware of that when it comes up sometime when you're looking at the school budget. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. Anyone else at this time? No, Lenny? No. Nobody else is out there? Okay. Moving on to Selectmen's reports from public input. Do you have anything, Mark, tonight?
I do not.
Okay, neither do I. So on to the town administrator's report, please.
Excuse me, thank you. A few things, I want to give you a few updates, and then we can discuss first thing, some good news. I know some improving news, let's say. I know a few weeks ago, we received information from Congressman Austin Claus's office that he was moving ahead on the $350,000 for the Dayton pump station. It's made the next hurdle, so it's continuing to move forward through Congress. Next step, it goes from Congress to the Senate. Hopefully, we'll pass that hurdle and then eventually be voted on for the president. This is $350,000 to update the Dayton pump station. As you are aware, we we lost those ARPA funds, but we're doing our best to get that funding back. So we could complete that task. The next thing is I wanted to put before the board the debt exclusion mail. But looking at it, see it, our idea is to have it good to go. You guys good to go next week, so you can vote on it, so we can mail it out. Before I pause on that, I just want to say that I'm starting to set up meetings to do the debt exclusion presentation. We're going to be putting it on the website. The first meeting I'm doing at the COA breakfast on the February 26th. I'll be speaking to a civic organization.
February 20th.
That's the COA. Is February
20th, right?
Is the 20th,
Okay,
right?
sorry.
No, that's okay. And on the 26th, I have going to do another presentation, and on the 12th, we'll be doing it at the library. I'm trying to set up a fourth presentation. We're going to be getting that information out. We have to do the cable, Peter, you and I, and then I'm having a discussion of a few of the local business owners, almost to have like a coffee with the town administrator. And as I affectionately call donuts or debt exclusions, I'll sit in the corner. Anybody who wants to buy me a donut and hear about debt exclusions, I'll be available. But we're going to get that. We're going to get that out to the public via our website and Facebook. And I'll make announcements when I set up those things at the I'm just going to pause right there and take a look at the mailer. Anything? No, that's fine.
I have.
Sure, go ahead.
Mail. So I want to thank you for your work on the mailer. It's something we've been working on for a long time. And this is something new to the town. It's new to all of us. accepting that Mass General Law was new. Of course, this mailer is what a yes or a no vote means if the town goes to a debt exclusion. And we really, as a board, want to make sure that everyone in town has an idea on what direction the Board of Selectmen will be going if the town votes no on a debt exclusion. With that said, in the proposed language, there were positions mentioned. And when the town gets something wrong, I think it's good to be transparent about it. And I think we got this wrong. So we had an executive session in January where it was discussed, when you have executive sessions, you cannot disclose what's said in executive session unless it is put on open session, or if the executive session minutes are approved. And neither one of those happened, but we did start preliminary discussions. There was no votes taken. It was preliminary discussions. But in the yes and no vote, there is positions mentioned. So I apologize, to the employees that being transparent, and not to throw anyone on the bus, it wasn't shared with the board at that time that it was going to be shared with specific employees. So I like to own things, but that wasn't shared with the board. But I still think it's good to be transparent about it. So with that said, we are going to have a follow-up discussion, and it will be voted on in open session. So the board is going to have a open session, executive session to finalize our discussions, and then open session next week. We're working on next Wednesday. And at that time, the board will at least let the town know what direction that we're going with positions. But I also want to point out that everything is on the table. So even if the board does vote that we're going to go in the direction of certain employees or personnel reductions, because it's a reduction in force, we haven't gone through the budget process yet with the finance committee, and things can change. So just because the board shares a preliminary idea to give the taxpayers an idea of what they're voting on for the debt exclusion at town meeting, at the annual town election, nothing's set in stone, and it can change. And I also want to point out that at the end of the day, the townspeople have the vote at the ultimate say at town meeting when we put the budget forward. What budgets look like. So that's my thoughts. I think we could have gone better. So to any employees that have anxiety, I hear you. And but I think we'll have some clarity on what direction the board's going to go in just one short week. So thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mark. You want to continue, Ralph?
Yeah, sure. I know I had informed the board that we're working on our policies, our personnel policies. I just wanted to give an update to the board on where we are. So, we have the town of Dayton has 18 personnel policies. We started our review team back at the end of July, beginning of August. We've done 6. We've completed 6 at this time from our perspective. So, per Labor Council, as stated, Labor Council has to look at it. Have a discussion with the ADA coordinator, Labor Council. We want to make sure everybody takes a look at it, and then we present it to the board. My plan is, it's taking us this long. I didn't anticipate this long, so we'll be sort of bringing in blocks for you, to look at. I anticipate the first block should be sometime after April. Let's get through the budget process. first, and in the summer, hopefully we'll be bringing this forward. But I was I guess I was a little overly enthusiastic. I thought we could get this done by March. But we're not, but I just want to be here, give you an update. So we are, we're working on it. We have a meeting, we meet every other week and we go through it, and it's a surprisingly tedious process. So we're going through it. So I just want to. And then lastly, I have before you contract for A&M appraisals. It's only $50,000, which I have an authority to sign, but I haven't signed it yet. But for my goals,
You have that?
yeah, I want to make sure bring this forward.
I see it now.
This is for, this all goes to the Pleasant Street Bridge. Part of that, we're probably gonna have to do some small land takings. So we have to start doing these, getting these appraisals underway. So I just want to give you an update on that contract. That's all my updates for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to old business, there's none, so we'll move right into new business. This is review, discuss, and act the open annual town meeting warrant.
Yeah,
It's here.
It's here. So I guess first things well, we're anticipating having town meeting on June 1st. So we're looking to open up the warrant, start accepting those articles, and I'll sort of roll it together. As you see, we have the schedule listed, and we're going to be, we're looking at doing the joint meetings with the finance committee at the beginning of March 3rd, March 5th, March 10th, and then if needed, March 17th. Everything else shows the closing and everything, posting of the warrant, and everything which leads us up to 10.
I have no issues with it. Just one quick question, not that it really has too much to do with it. Have we heard from the school yet?
I emailed
Are they
them today.
abiding by this dates?
We put it out to them, so.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Okay, Mark, do you want to make a motion?
Is the town moderator, the state works for the town moderator and the town clerk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
We asked them first.
Great, good, I appreciate that. I'll make a motion to approve the annual town meeting schedule as presented. And to open the annual town meeting warrant.
I will step down as chair in second. All those in favor, well, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Proposed town meeting schedule. June 1st.
I threw that all in one motion.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Go ahead, that's me. Then this is C, review, discuss, and act the selectmen's representative for the clerical union bargaining. Mark, you had said that you would be willing to do that?
I would.
If I may, as part of the discussion today with the union representative, we're going to start the process the week of March 22nd. Yeah. The week of March 22nd.
Okay. Do you think when we have those discussions, Wednesday evenings are best for me during work hours, like, 4:15? Do you think that'd work for everyone else? Before I commit to it, I just wanted to see if.
I think typically they do it during the day,
Mhm.
work day, so.
During the work day, because you guys are there till 5:30 on Wednesdays.
Yes,
Mhm.
These meetings are like usually within a, they could be short or they could be 2.5 hours, so.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if If that's something you're interested in doing, we could see if the union or the union representatives want to meet. Can they meet Wednesday afternoon?
Okay, if not, if you just bring it back to us, we can rediscuss it.
Okay.
You want to table it for now then? Oh, you're going to do
I'll
it?
take it unless,
Okay.
if they have an
It
issue, they can
conflicts with
come
your
back to
schedule.
us.
Okay. So again, this is a review, discuss and act. So I'll step down as chair and make the motion to appoint Mark Pacheco as the union bargaining representative for the selectmen.
Thank you. I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Review, discuss and act letter requesting legislature accept an act authorizing the town to use a portion of conservation land for public way purpose.
It's similar to last week. This is a follow-up to our special town meeting, requesting the legislature to do a home rule petition to allow us to use some conservation land for the reconstruction of the Pleasant Tree Bridge.
Okay.
As soon as you sign it, stamp it, I know. Senator, yeah, my door and tomorrow morning, I'll just hand it.
Is there a letter or is it just, I just have
There should be a letter in there. Is
Okay.
there a letter?
I just have the article.
Oh, okay. I can show you we'll give you. Yeah, it's again similar to what you saw last week.
Thank you. Mind if I read it into the record? Since we haven't
Absolutely.
seen it. So February 11, 26, the Honorable Kelly Duna, State House, 24 Beacon Street, room 213B, Boston, Mass. Special legislature approval of town meeting article. Dear Senator Duna, enclosed is a certified vote of Article 18 from the Town of Dayton Special Town Meeting held on November 6, 2025. Article 18 will allow the Town of Dayton to use a portion of conservation land for public way purposes. The article passed by unanimous vote. The town approved article authorizes the Dayton Board of Selectmen to petition the general court for approval. Please present Article 18 to the legislature for approval. Should you have any questions, contact the Dayton Board of Selectmen's office by phone or email, and they're listed. Sincerely, Peter Karen, Chairman, Board of Selectmen, Town of Dayton. I have no
Sounds good.
issues.
No, neither do I.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Make that motion.
make a motion to approve the letter requesting the legislature accept an act authorizing the use of a portion of conservation land for public ways as presented.
I'll step down as chair in second. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Dan, are you going to talk on the development committee appointments? Mark, I would like to take these individually, if you don't have an issue with that.
I don't. Thank you.
Dan Higgins,
Hi.
400 Lincoln Avenue, Chair of the Dayton Economic Development Committee. So we've had major problems in the past year. We've only met a handful of times to have a quorum. So a couple changes. Robert Gear is an associate member, has the Chamber of Commerce has asked him to be their representative, which would make him a voting member, which I think really helps us with our quorum issues.
Sure.
Barbara Catavia, who is a member, would like to stay involved, but she realizes that as a voting member, her lack of ability to attend regularly is contributing to the quorum issues. So she's asked if she could become an associate member, non-voting member, and therefore not an issue there. Paul Reynolds is stretched very thin, and this has been coming for a while, that he just can only accommodate, so much in his schedule. So I appreciate all the time he's put in over the past few years. This still stuff leaves us with 2 openings at the end of this, if you make these changes. But I think our quorum issues would be very much resolved
Okay.
with the changes also.
Sure. Who's on the board now?
So it's myself, Raphael Delphin, Laura Smith, Joe Pacheco, yeah. And Robert Gear as an associate member. Paul Reynolds, Barbara.
Yeah, okay,
Chris Reddy,
right.
who's also the current chamber representative, but has had trouble attending, so.
Okay, so Paul is going to step down and Barbara doesn't want to be a voting member anymore.
Correct.
But she wants to stay as a member.
Yes.
Okay. And Chris obviously is leaving the chamber. Okay, Mark, do you want to make the motions?
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the resignation of Paul Reynolds from the Dayton Economic Development Committee with thanks and appreciation.
Motion has been made and I'll sit down as chair and second. A motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to acknowledge the withdrawal of Christopher Reddy as representative from the Taunton Area Chamber of Commerce.
I'll step down as chair and second. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. I'll make a motion to appoint Robert Gear as representative from the Taunton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Motion has been made and I'll step down as chair and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And you don't want to continue?
I have no other motions.
Okay, there's no other motions at this point.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Approval of the warrants, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the warrants paid by February 5th, 2026, 32A26 for $133,746.78, 32B26 for $140,451.50, 32C26 for $446,748.93. Warrants paid by February 12th, 2026 for 33A26 for $139,098.22, 33B26 for $184,863.95, 33C26 for $3,350,477.50.
Motion has been made. I'll step down as chair and second. Motion made and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence, letter from Christopher McGee, appointing a new call rank. Chris is not going to speak on anybody's behalf this evening?
No,
Just,
yeah, as a strong chief,
making the recommendation. Okay.
Make a motion to place on file.
Motion has been made. I'll step down as chair and second. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen's regular meeting minutes of January 28th, 2026.
I'll step down as chair and second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Public input. This is the last of the two. Anybody? Yes, Mr. Mill. What a gentleman.
Brenda Herbeck, 519 Trinity Street. If my memory serves me correctly, didn't we vote a few years ago when the police station debt came up, a debt exclusion to exclude that debt?
Yes, we did.
So it's my understanding that you haven't taken advantage of putting that outside the levy limit, the debt service.
We did not because we didn't have to.
But maybe now you do have to. Or you should.
The bond's going to drop off pretty soon
Oh,
for the
How many
police
years
station.
is that for?
How many did we have it?
If I may, that is a debt exclusion, we're carrying it outside the levy limit.
Oh, we are? For the police station?
Yes,
It's in
6.9.
the budget.
What am I
It's in the
thinking?
operating budget.
We,
I don't think it's excluded. It's-
it is, yeah,
It is.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't remember the vote. Yeah, I guess we did. We talked about it last
We
week.
did, yeah,
Yeah.
we voted on and then.
I know because we paid it out of free cash for a few years. And then it was moved to the operating budget. I didn't think it was excluded, but if it is,
Okay.
okay, but if not, maybe we could take that option and save some some jobs.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hall?
For the record, Leonard Hall, 760 Main Street, Dayton. Pacheco, I commend your transparency.
Yeah.
I'm troubled by what I heard this evening. That's not a reflection on you. I just caution the board that as you go forward, talking about potential of the negative effects of a debt exclusion, that you talk about money, not positions, for a lot of reasons. It can create morale problems. It could create departments, interdepartment fighting. It could create fear amongst employees that will leave.
Right.
In addition, you haven't heard from the school department yet, and that can have its pluses and minuses. You also, there are many creative ways for a department to handle budget cuts. In some instances, depending on how drastic, maybe not laying off people, furloughs, job sharing, those are all options. There are a lot of creative ways. So please, for a lot of reasons, when I spoke 2 meetings ago, I was looking for numbers, department number. And through the budget process, that'll be determined what those numbers mean. Is it vehicles or is it people?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Hall. Anyone else at this time? Nobody's out there? Okay, we're going to make a motion for adjournment, please.
Motion to go back into executive session?
We don't adjourn this one first?
You come out.
We come out from executive to adjourn. Okay, motion has been made. I'll step down as chair in second. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
Should I do the full motion on all the reasons, all the MGLs again?
No.
We're just
no,
continuing.
Because it's a continuation of executive session.
Okay. So then aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Thank you, guys. Unfortunately, Adam, I can't talk to you this evening. We have to stay. I'll give you a chat. Oh, okay.
Have a good night, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Oh, I turned it off.